and at the beat. But upstairs they can feel it in their feet when we get live from the basement. You can feel it in your face when we get live from the basement.
Thanks for staying tuned. That's good music for y'all one time. Step up to the mic, dude. You in here?
I'm here. I'm in here. They can't hear me from back there?
Nah, not from back there.
Okay.
Yeah, that what y'all hear? Young Howard.
Young Howard.
You know what I'm saying?
Forever young.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
So how you doing, sir? Welcome to my basement.
Thank you for having me. Feeling good.
Nothing wrong. You look like you feeling good.
Hiding them up.
So you said
You can cuss on here?
Yeah, absolutely. Do your
Absolutely.
thing. Absolutely. Do your thing.
I feel at home now.
Okay. So now that you're home, welcome. You know what I'm saying? You said that you want to talk about something political. Talk about the politics. How you feeling about that?
Oh man, everything in the world is political nowadays, man. So it don't matter what we was gonna talk about, it was gonna be political.
Okay.
Whether it was hood politics or, you know, it was gonna be political regardless.
Okay.
I'm a God-fearing political gangster.
Now, how do you gel all of that and make all of that work?
Man, it's easy coming from where we come from, man. It's just a part of life. It's levels, you know what I mean? And as you go into certain levels, you accumulate all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. God-fearing started first, though.
So first you gotta be God-fearing, and then you move into being political?
Well, I don't know, because I ain't never tried to build a man or a woman. I'm just saying, for me personally, it started out being God-fearing, and then as I grew, you know what I mean? Hood politics has been forever, you know what I mean?
There's gotta be some shit. Hood politics.
Yeah, some shit is crazy. But we abide by it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You get your ass up out of here
Right on.
real quick.
Fucking right on.
Real quick. So, I mean, we're just gonna jump right into it. Tell us, as far as you concerned, and as far as your viewpoint is concerned, let's talk about the industry. How do you view the industry? We talking about Houston, we talking about on a national level, global level. How do you view the industry?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's real colorful right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's beautiful, man, because you got to remember, you have probably 2, maybe 3 things that's gonna make, you know, young black men and women, you know, rich, and that's gonna be the music and the sports, and you know, I'm gonna keep the other one on the hush. You know what I mean? But yeah.
You holding our secrets, or is that
Well, ain't no secret. Our street people know, man. Sometimes you can.
I got you.
Yeah, man. It's translation, man. All my street people, they filled in the blanks before I even. Yeah, man.
Okay, it was written.
They already knew it, man. I'm telling.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I didn't expect for you to say that the industry would be a beautiful thing. You know, being that, you know, it's so. I feel like it's so commercialized.
It's supposed to be right now. Like, think about this, right? It's always been this way. One thing that never changed is everybody did what they had to do to make the money. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, whatever money it was in the game, and back then, it was more, you know, more good for us, like street people, you know, because we could be street and be ourselves, and they loved it.
Right.
It was entertaining, you know what I mean? Now it done flipped over, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's supposed to stay the same. You know what I mean? Hip hop always changed. It always been, you know, different, diverse. And right now we just happen to be in an era where that's what they paying for.
Right.
Positivity, having fun, and you know, a bunch of music you really can't understand. But one thing you can't lie about, when you're in the club, or you know, when you high like me, and sometimes you're in that zone and it'll come on and the whole club be rocking and they don't gotta know the words. You know what I mean? It's like, it's different. You know what I mean? So I believe it's gonna come back around to the real. So, you know, I'm happy everybody get a chance to eat off the game and You know, so they won't be so sour when they do come back.
Because they had their opportunity.
Hell yeah, and they making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Cause you got to remember back then, the best rappers, they wasn't getting paid nearly as much as the worst ones getting paid now. You know what I mean? So, you know, they blessed.
So for artists like you, that we can understand what you're saying, how do you make that adjustment in the meantime? Are we
What I don't. What I do is I stay me, but I embrace the new era. You know what I mean? I embrace it from a big homie standpoint. Like, you know, most of them young and you know they kids. I mean, not taking nothing away from their manhood, but you know, so I embrace them from that angle. I look at my nephew and, you know, really this the crazy part.
All right.
Now I got kids, right?
Okay.
In my era, the music they was listening to, I wouldn't want my kids at a house party or something listening to the shit we listen to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nowadays they dancing and having fun, and it's really safe to me. You know what I mean? More safe.
So you don't view nothing negative as far as the kids are concerned.
As far as the hip hop?
Yeah, as far as today.
Let me see. I don't like the way they borderline do the gay thing. I believe that's going too far. Like, you know, playing with.
I wouldn't even say it's borderline.
Well, it's borderline because they haven't came all the way, you know, out. Most of the people who touch on it the most, they get the most money.
Right.
But they always have a girl or something beside them in the media, and you know. So, you know, to me it's like I don't respect that. And you know, there's a few other things I don't respect, but the hustle, these young dudes, man, making a bunch of money, man, and I respect it. The way you can take an 18-year-old out the hood, right?
Right.
And he can change his whole family life, and he might be the baby of the family, but he just took care of the whole family, you know, off of some music we can't understand. You know what I mean? That's amazing. It's almost like creating, you know, like making, you know, the bike and the airplanes because back in the days you would never think somebody could say something like that and get millions, you know, and to do it now is amazing to me. It's like that's real creative. You know what I mean? And I respect it on another level.
How does it? The thing that troubles me is that when do you separate, you know, sacrificing your manhood, your respect, you know, in the way that you are viewed as a person for the money? Like that's what you teach. That's why they teach title the line for me.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Houston, most hoods is you can't get by with it. You know what I mean? Okay. I believe in my heart, wherever they from, they can get by with it. You know what I mean? You know, because some of it's so crazy to the point where, and they represent their hood, they sit, they bang, you know, while they doing the little, you know, but wherever they at, nobody stopping it. You know what I mean? I don't know if they paying their way or they just look out for the hood, you know, so good to the point where they like, you know, do you, but they getting by with it. You know, so I wouldn't expect it out here. You know what I mean? But for them, you know, I just can't knock it, man. I don't think they cover up the whole, you know, hip hop though. I don't believe that they making so much noise to the point where hip hop could be destroyed or over with or nothing like that. I think right now it's just, you know, it's their era, it's their time, man. And I salute them. I really do.
So what about Houston? Is that our downfall because we aren't as accepting as some of these other cities?
I believe so. I use this example a lot. If Soulja Boy was from anywhere like my hood or anywhere around, you know, my hood or any hood like mine, he wouldn't have ever made it. You know what I mean? Because before he made it to the studio, they would have stopped all that. You know what I mean? But he was in a place where it was all right to be creative like that, dance around and jump around, and you know, and by them letting him do that, I don't know if he came back and did right by him, but just say he did.
Right.
That's an amazing story. Like you let me be, you know what I mean? Because we would have said you trash. We wouldn't have, you know what I mean? And and you let me, do this, and it worked.
Right.
So as far as Houston go, our problem is deeper than that. You know what I mean? As far as coming together, you can have all the talent in the world in Houston, and they still won't, buy your music up. They still won't support you. You know what I mean? And you can be top 5, with the wordplay. Houston got a problem when it comes to supporting each other. They really do.
But how do you?
We really do.
We've been doing this radio show for like 2 years, and at first, when we first started, like it was just like it was all the way bad, and then we started to like show some growth. We started to come along, and then shit just fell off again. And I was just like, well, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened? Like, why can't we just get it together to where like we can be like some of these other cities? Because a lot of what you're saying is something else I have a problem with, but I can't fault the artist for it. A lot of people will leave the city and come up, and then now when they come up, everybody want to be, on their bandwagon. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you from Houston, but damn, did we really support that artist while they was here?
Not at all. I'm gonna tell you, it happened to Beyonce. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know her story. You know what I mean? But that's the reason why for so long she would never get on 97.9. For so long, you didn't hear her music or her shoot, giving a shout out to 97.9 or 102 or anything, because they blackballed her. They didn't support her when she was on her come up. And everywhere else she got love. You know what I mean? What's the little dude that Rihanna was fucking? How they say she was fucking?
Travis Scott.
Yeah, Travis Scott. They didn't show no love. They ain't show no love to Travis Scott. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't hear nobody. When have you ever heard somebody in the hood jamming Travis Scott? The little homie getting 30 racks a show. You know what I mean? The little homie selling out arenas. You know what I mean? So it's been that way for a long time for these artists, and most people don't see it. You know what I mean? So when they do get on and get accepted, they feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Beyonce just started fucking with 97.9. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it takes so much to get on. And by us being such a big city and going to these little bitty towns, man, and getting so much love in this big city, man, where we from, can't give us that love. I don't have that problem no more. So I'm only being a voice right now for, most. Fortunately, it was different with me. Like from the north to the south, I don't ever remember not being fucked with. They always fuck with me, east side, west side, So, but most of 90% are better of Houston artists. That's the problem. They don't get no support here.
Have you considered jumping ship and moving somewhere?
I never jumped ship. The reason being though, because I get love. And I wouldn't call it jumping ship if I didn't get love, because I'm gonna feed my family, and if my own city ain't fucking with me, then I'm going somewhere else with it. But see, I would be different. I wouldn't come back embracing Houston like the way everybody else do. I come back, checking these niggas, you know what I mean? And I make it be known. Now my fan base, I always fuck with them in Houston. But the artists and the DJs and shit, I would come back checking something. You know what I mean? I push my weight. That's what I would do. You know what I mean?
Talk to us about like gatekeepers. Do you feel like that there should be a panel of people put together, selected by Houston, to say what goes and what stays in Houston?
It's gonna be hard. You got to have a good panel, you know what I mean, that the people trust, you know what I mean, their opinion. And they gonna have to give everybody an ear, because if you only jamming the people that's fortunate enough to bring the music to the radio or be in the light, then you gonna miss the heart of Houston, you know what I mean?
Right.
You gonna miss the heart of the city, you know what I mean? Cause from everywhere you go, like, you know, free to the homie Cal Wayne, but, you know, man, you go to these certain shows, you know, and you'll trip out, you know what I mean? Like, you'll go to these, you know, these niggas shows, man, and it'll fuck you up. And I know when industry people come down and get a chance to see that, fuck them up. Because here it is, here go a person that nobody even knew about. But these streets know every word and they banging it word for word and got the whole crowd, you know what I mean, word for word, you know what I mean? So, you know, man, it's crazy in the city. I love my city, like I love this motherfucker, man. But that's the problem I have with the city, man. Support your own, and we they looking at us, you know what I mean? They love us, man. We don't have problems with other places, you know what I mean? You don't hear us warring with another state ever because they accept us when we come in, you know what I mean? And all the artists, man, from different places, especially in this era, embrace us. And that's another reason why I don't knock these little niggas, man. You know, cause all of them sound alike and shit and all that shit. But another reason I don't knock them, cause of the way they love Houston, man. You know what I mean? The way they come out here, man, and fuck with the city, man, it's unbelievable. And you gotta know this. We would be dead without these people. You know what I mean? Because it's not enough frontliners for the city that's getting put on or being properly, you know, put out there. It's not enough of them with the voices to speak for us, you know what I mean, and not holding my nuts on no certain person, but the ones that had a voice, not all of them, but the ones that had a voice, they not talking loud enough, and they not saying the right shit, you know what I mean, for us as a whole, you know what I mean. So, you know, man, I love the way Drake and, you know, A$AP Rocky and, you know what I mean, all the other little dudes from Atlanta and shit, I love the way they represent for us, you know what I mean? And they keeping us alive by doing that, you know what I mean?
You're one of the few who's actually agreed with the Drake.
I think you're the only one
who has come in
that's
and
come in
actually
and
agreed
actually
with
said
it.
that.
Man, Drake, I'm gonna tell you something. Never bought a Drake CD, and the only reason I'm stating that, right, I don't buy a lot of CDs. It ain't because I'm a CD buying motherfucker, you know what I mean? It's just because, you know, it's been a long time since something made me say, man, let me get up and go, you know what I mean? But Drake is awesome. You know, right now he is the king of hip hop, and he if you deny his talent, you know what I mean, then you don't know music. And the way he represent for our city, you know what I mean, the way he represent for us, the way the world love this man. If a motherfucker from this city is blind as fuck, man, you know what I mean? You know, to not see that the hottest nigga in the game speak up on Houston more than any other city when he say home. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And anything Drake say right now, they gonna follow. You know what I mean? They gonna follow. They gonna love it and they gonna listen to him. He got a court type of fan base. You know what I mean? And he telling it, man. These people love the city, man. They love Houston. You know what I mean? I fuck with that little nigga so hard it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? And I ain't even talking about just music. I'm just talking about that little nigga there, man. Represent for us, man. You know what I mean? He represent for H-Town, man. Straight up.
No ceilings. Can you give us a...
Yeah, that's the movement. You know what I mean? No ceilings. God gave me that. You know what I mean? He gave us that. You know what I mean? And no ceilings, man, is no one definition for it. You know what I mean? It's basically, it's no mediation. It's nothing that we need to get us to God no more. It's just us directly dealing with God. You know what I mean? No religion, no, you know what I mean? You know, so even to say no ceilings records, you know, would give it a ceiling. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's no ceilings, period. It's our way of life. And we know in our hearts, we believe that if the world had no ceilings, you know what I mean, we would be in a different world, you know what I mean? People wouldn't, you know, be killing each other and tripping with each other. It'll be a different kind of understanding, man. No ceilings is bigger than, you know, we'll be our fucking day unwrapping no ceilings And then tomorrow, God, because you remove the ceilings every day. You know what I mean? God remove more ceilings from us, and then and we'll be in here with a whole another day going over it, and about a whole different a situation, man. No ceilings is that big. It's so crazy to me because I never had a reason to start a new movement or to come out with a new movement. We, Stomp Down is what we've been representing for, almost a decade and a half, and we still stomp down niggas, you know what I mean? God gave me no ceilings, man, on a spiritual note, and it changed my life, and I know it's gonna change the world, you know what I mean? Set a fire under the world, man, when they start, getting a whiff of it.
So, going in that direction, are you in fear of losing your core audience?
In fear?
Yeah, in fear.
Oh, nah, hell no. I'm different. I'm all the way different. Yeah, there's no silly. I'm all the way different. I'm not normal. You know what I mean? I can't lose a motherfucking thing. Like everybody who ride with me, that's law. They know that's real. You know what I mean? That's, anything that don't supposed to be in my life or anyone, you know what I mean? I don't see them anyway. You know what I mean? As far as my core fan base and I haven't dropped in 5 years almost an album or a mixtape solo. I done dropped, joint projects, but not an album or a mixtape. And my fan base, they it's like yesterday. Crazy. And it's all because of the music. So hell no, I never lose them. And look, one of the number one meanings to no ceilings is no fear. You know what I mean? So I never fear anything. Like you can't have fear and then say it's no ceilings. I'm Baptist too. Shit, a little bit of Catholic too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's no silly. Yes, the only thing. See, look, I'm a Garden City boy too. You know what I mean? A Hoover nigga too. This the difference, right? Only thing you don't supposed to be down with is like people just saying they down with something that ain't God. With God. You got to think about it. If they down with God, if they saying they love God in Spanish, any other language, they still talking about your father. You know what I mean? So I look at it like, right now, if you was to write a book, and I know you got a pure heart, and I'm judging it through my heart. You know what I mean? Because I'm testing your spirit by my spirit, right? And your book, spirit on the spiritual note, you say in the introduction of your book, you say, I was touched by God. You know what I mean? And He led me to write these things. And in that book, if it touched me and like touched my heart and changed me, in the mind, and I feel the connection so strong, and I feel it stronger than I do the Bible, then that book right now is more important to me than the Bible. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And see, that's the reason why, because the God that talked to you was the God that talked to them. And it's more beautiful now because you in my face. Like, just picture if you had a chance to be there with Jesus. You know what I mean? I know Peter or any of the other disciples, I know they feel a little bit more connected than we do, and that's still our, so, because they was there, you know what I mean? And now you here, you know what I mean? I'm looking at you, and you say you was touched by God, and I feel it out in my spirit. I got goosebumps up everywhere. This is real. This got to be real. And that's what I'm saying. See, because see, the thing is, right? If God is the same God, then why do we look like look at it like this is a fairy tale, or as if that God was just that God of daytime? You know what I mean? Because we not living in their time. You know what I mean? We don't have nothing the same as them. You know, everything is different. You know what I mean? And we don't have Jesus walking around with us in the flesh. But we believe he here with us in the spirit. So right now, if he come talk to you or if he just say he come in the flesh again, I need to be open-minded. You know what I mean? I don't need to feel like, okay, the Bible didn't say it was going to happen like this, Jesus, so you the fucking devil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I need to accept you. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, they had the Bible, because the New Testament means when Jesus was here. The Old Testament was before he got it. So they had the Bible. You know what I mean? They had the Bible when he was here. And the reason they crucified him because he did things that wasn't written in that Bible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, like,
that's the reason he got crucified.
And you know, it's crazy, like everybody talks about how Jesus rose from the dead and, you know, yeah, he did all that, but if you go to the Old Testament, it was done in the Old Testament as well. You know, but it was speaking of Jesus Christ. You know, the Old Testament, a lot of the great prophets, they spoke of Jesus Christ before his existence. That's why when Jesus Christ came and they kept saying, this is the Messiah, this is who was spoken of, this is who was prophesied. So, you know, that's why I don't never tell a person I don't believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus wholeheartedly. Just like I believe in the Prophet Muhammad. Just like I believe in Buddha. Just like I believe in Hinduism. To me, it don't matter what your religion is. If you seeking God, that's the blessing. You know, because you're seeking a high entity. You're seeking that inner peace. You're seeking that love that you're seeking. You know, so how could you title something? How could you label something? Why would you want to label it? But you know, when you gotta always remember, when things is touched with men, it changes. So when you hand something over to men, it changes. And back then, the best way to control a society was through what? Was through religion. So you know, if I can control the core society through religion and get you to do everything I want you to do, guess what? I would do that. What man wouldn't do that? You got people doing it right now. In the fashion industry, in the music industry, in any industry that's out right now, you best believe it's a core that knows how to dominate it and know what the people want.
So let's get on this Black Lives Matter move real quick.
Right.
We had Killer Kelly on in here a couple of weeks ago, and he was in a meeting with some everybody.
Rosa.
Yeah. Yeah, but Slim Thug and Paul Wall.
We saw you there.
Paul Wiggett and Wall.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on how we're handling it as a city, or even overall as a community, the Black Lives Matter? I mean,
Man, you know, people doing some things, you know what I mean? But the fourth largest.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I done been corrected at least 4 or 5 times. I don't
Third
know if they keep saying third largest,
Third
but
largest.
you know. But man, but we can make a difference. Well, we do. This the thing though. Marching and shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't do good for a nigga when he on that oil and. You
so
know,
it's too hot. So
yeah, man, you on that syrup and shit. And then you know, I'm just, you know, hey, look, I like to be a little funny, but I'm serious at the same damn time. I'm just being realistic. We got Houston, man. We got to do it in a different way. But I'm proud of the city. You know what I mean? You know, I seen the Black Panthers come through. We had a few meetings with them. And I seen, you know, a bunch of the artists coming through, man. I seen them sit down with the mayor. Actually, I was supposed to be there, but then some things happened, but they represented for all of us, and, you know, so of course I believe we can do more. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not judging nobody, because if you ask me, J-Dawg, do you think you're doing everything in your life that you could be doing, and I tell you, of course I could be doing more. And you know, that's what I strive to do. So I'm proud of my city, but yeah, we could be doing a little more. You know what I mean? Especially, I be weird. Huh? What's the next move? You know what I mean? Don't stop there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I went to the funeral of I forgot his real name, but we call him OG Groucho.
Yeah.
And I went to the funeral, man, and with his family and things of that nature, and you know, what you do about that?
Yeah.
You know, we got the video. You know what I mean? The nigga had his hands up. You know what I mean? And we watch him fall. So it's like, what's next? Everybody need to come together, man. And you know, we need the gangsters. You know what I mean? You know, the G's and the spiritual leaders. You know, see now I'm gonna show you something. Now, this is what No Ceilings, you know, make a lot of sense said on the spiritual way of looking at things, because all the religion, different religions you got, what are they doing? You know what I mean? It's easy to say, you know, we believe in God and we do this and that, but what are you doing now? You know what I mean? Like, you know, so if you was a person that didn't grow up under a religion and you had none, but in your heart you figure at your age now that religion might be the best way to go to make God happy. So now you got to pick from one of these religions, right? Because you don't have one and you don't know none of them, you know, just using you for example. You're going to pick the one that's best serving God, you know what I mean, job and God. And if you had to make your choice at a time like this, in an era like this, who would you pick? You don't see no bunch of certain religions doing certain things, you know what I mean? It's the people who they really say don't have religion, and the people who they feel like this, you know, the misfits and the, you know, the bad actors, the outcasts, them the ones marching down that motherfucker, man, and, you know, tearing shit up, man, and, you know, so I look at it like, you know, at the end of the day, man, I'm not, like I said again, I'm not bashing religion, because the only religion that I don't like is the ones that's not led by God, you know what I mean? And I'm a religious person, you know what I mean? Because I'm a Garden City boy, I'm Acres home nigga, you know what I mean? I'm a Crip nigga, and we got ways of life, you know what I mean? But that is my religion, you know what I mean? But when you talking about God,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? When you talking about the Creator, you know, that's supposed to be your brother over there if they love God, whether it's a Muslim, whether it's a Baptist. And you know, more than anything, with the Black Lives Matter and what's going on right now, we need everybody to come together. In some certain religions, they got so many rules where the other black people who was gonna march with your ass don't feel comfortable. Yeah. Like shit, I might not be appropriate. I smell like too much weed. I'm finna march, but you think I ain't gonna smoke a blunt while I'm marching, nigga? Like, you know. Shut up, nah. Weed help you march better. Yeah. I got me a good sack the other day, and I got the marching and shit around. Yeah, fucking right.
So each week we have different topics, right? So this week's topic is age ain't nothing but a number. So if you heard R. Kelly's dating a 19-year-old, he's 49. What are your thoughts on it?
It's silly. It would be silly for a nigga from the hood, a normal person. Normal person, 9 to 5 worker, that would be silly.
Yes.
But a nigga who is a representative, or should I say, one of our, you know, voices, you know what I mean? You know, for the people, you know, us, you know, he one of our leaders, one of the faces. How stupid could you be, my nigga?
Not only that, you done been in trouble from the Aaliyah era to the ones they didn't know about you. You paid $150,000 to sit out of court, $100,000 here to sit out of court. What is you, man? What is you, a pedophile? He just sick. It's that simple, man.
Yeah, I told him. Yeah, it's too many silly, man. Yeah, but see.
If I'm 50, I'm not a 19.
See, my brother say if he was 50, he'd love to have him a 19-year-old. He said we giving him silly. He said my brother said we giving R. Kelly a silly, and he said he was. I love me a young one too, but not 19. I don't want nothing to say teen. Just like if I caught a case, I don't want nothing to have ag at the end of the motherfucker.
Say your name.
Teen. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Anything that say teen ain't for me. If it's a teen club or it's a teen party or if it's anything with teen, I feel like I'm going to where it say adore that. You know what I mean?
No, okay, so you just said that we gave R. Kelly a sibling. Explain yourself.
Introduce yourself, explain
Say your name.
yourself.
All right, first of all, this lazy lad. AKA J-Dawg. Yeah. All right, there. you know, R. Kelly, you know, he got to live his life, man. We all living our life. How can we judge him if that's what he chose to do? If that's like true love, if they love each other. I mean, she not no minor. She
barely. Hey, hold on,
barely though, but that's barely. But
let me say
at the
this
same time,
let me say this.
That's they like they got the.
See, this what me and my brother disagree at. Right? This what me and my brother disagree at, right? When you put yourself out there as an artist, when you put yourself out there as an entertainer and an artist, right, bro? You asking for the world to judge you. It's like, this is my job. Now, I might have a whole nother lifestyle that I lead with my wife, with my kids, with my family, with my homies, and they look at me different. But I'm gonna be judged by the world, and it's all right because y'all giving me 40, 50,000 a show. Y'all keeping me. I mean, I'm living better. So that's just part of an entertainer. It's just like if you got your daughter wanted some clowns at your party, you gonna pick the clown. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get the motherfucker look like a child predator. You gonna pick the one. You gonna pick the one that's because you judging from this is a job. This is what we paying for.
There's gonna be some background investment.
Yeah, and R. Kelly should know, cause he got kids on.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
That R. Kelly should know, man. This is not nothing that. Now, if he wanted to have a little fling with the 19-year-old, I would even say it's disrespectful to have it around your kids. But if they okay with it, but you don't put that shit where the world can see you with a fucking 19-year-old, and you just was accused of pissing. Well, not accused. We watched the goddamn video.
I know what you did. You did try to fuck your brother.
You pissed all over the little girl, man.
We seen you.
You know, so I just say, man, he's supposed to be judged. I'm supposed to be judged. You know what I mean? We know ceilings, right? We can't come out here in the world and expect not to be judged, and they see all the ceilings we got and how fucked up we is, and all the while we say no ceiling. They gonna say, well, you're not living up to that. You know what I mean? Just like a preacher. You know what I mean? You know, he can't come out here doing no shit and say, man, don't judge me. Nigga, you preaching
It ain't the box, it ain't the beat, but upstairs they can feel it in that beat when we get live from the basement. You can feel it in your face when we get live from the basement.